by Forever the Sickest Kids. Whoa! And now.
Whoa, and now.
I'm going to get on this thing.
From the corner of Texas Street and Main Street in Crowley, Texas, this is another episode of The Local Legend Show, episode number 028. And we are here this morning. It's Central Standard Time, like to set the record straight, here in Crowley, Texas. And the
God's
weather
time.
is about 86 degrees and sunny. We got a very good show for you today. James, how you feeling today, man?
I feel great. I think the real question is, how do you feel? Because it's good to actually hear your voice.
Yeah,
instead of
welcome
just
to the...
watch you write on an iPad and then you have to read your chicken scratch. Welcome back to the world of the talking.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the experience that you had last week because you were basically my interpreter. And,
Okay.
oh, sorry, I was turning the wrong one up.
Crank levels.
Steven, how you doing this morning?
I'm swell. How are you doing?
Dude,
I like this handshake vibe. Can I get on that?
yeah.
Of course.
James
Yeah.
here.
Steven,
Oh, hey.
Steven, meet James. Shane, meet James.
James.
And
If you're
Shane,
listening,
I'm Jonathan.
if you're listening on Spotify later on down the road or iTunes, we're shaking hands right now.
Everybody's shaking hands.
We're actually touching.
Here's what's cool about this is some of you guys are tuned in this morning, and it is actually not morning where you are, but rather evening in Australia. So shout out to all the Australia, New Zealand listeners.
Yeah.
Got Aussie Z...
Shout
New
out,
Zealand
Dad.
listeners on this thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're,
Wow.
we're
Oh,
huge
yeah.
in Canberra.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last-
It really is.
Last week we
It's
Obscure.
had
bigger than you think.
Very obscure...
Last week we had some listeners from Australia, like
Two
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Thank
last
you.
week we...
We were shouting out to those people. It was kind of fun. You know, it was like, holy cow, we have people listening across the pond, and we usually talk about the UK as across the pond, but this was Aussie town, man. People
Yeah.
rocking it in Oz.
And maybe
Sick.
maybe we
That's
touch some
heaps tight.
Kiwis. That is
Yeah.
very heaps tight.
Very heaps.
Heaps cool.
I felt like they had heaps of manatees over there, and I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to disappoint anybody. So I was like,
Manatees in Australia?
I was wrong, dude. It's not manatees that
No.
they have heaps of. It's dugongs.
Yeah.
I don't think there's heaps of manatees anywhere. I think they're going extinct.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Very good point.
I think little John boats have
Yeah, I was gonna say,
trolling motors have ended the
the invention of the
slow
outboard
moving-
motor has
Yeah.
hurt the manatee.
Well, before we Google how many manatees are left in our large aquatic region called the ocean of the world, let's give a
The
shout out to
ocean.
those people who are listening this morning live.
All right.
We have many different platforms you can consume this on, but the most fun for the live viewers is Facebook Live. So if you want to get
Hey.
into the conversation, all you got to do is drop an L in the comments below or drop an emoji in the comments below. And I just learned something. It's not
Oh.
called emojicons. That is actually a collaboration of two words. So there is no emojicon.
What?
I
It's
never heard that.
emojis or emoticons. So fantastic. So we're talking about emojis this morning. So get your emojis in the comments below.
I thought we discovered that like episode 4.
I said previously.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I just learned.
Have you guys
Well,
done this
I did.
before?
No, this is...
This
I'm
is
sorry.
episode 28. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this,
Episode,
So
every
what we are-
episode feels like the first one.
I'll be down here if anyone needs it.
Yeah.
All right, so our first shout out goes to Mr. Josh Pagan. Josh Pagan. Hey. And you know what's cool about these shout outs? We got 2 more to do this morning, so get your comments below. If you want a shout out, you can go back to iTunes, to the podcast app, and listen to your name shouted out to on an actual podcast episode of the
Yeah.
Local Legend Show.
And you can listen to as many times as you wanted.
For
Like
free.
100 times in a row, like you hear your name said.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Number
Good.
2 shout out this morning, Mr. Nick Good.
hey, Nick.
How did they get on this shout out thing? Did they?
They had to drop an emoji in the comments here live.
Okay.
Yeah, and Nick Good actually dropped 2 Shane Blay biceps in the emojis below,
Oh,
but that was pre-tattoo days, so thank you for those, Nick.
Yo, my mother-in-law's watching this. Sess Buckley.
Why don't you give the third
Hey,
shout out to
Sess.
her?
Hey,
Look right
Sess.
here, Shane.
Hey, mom-in-law.
Whoa, these DMCA strike. There it is.
He said, "Hey, mom and mom." That was awesome.
Yeah.
that was
my
a
wife's not watching this, but
Oh.
She'll be in here, and
I think she's nothing.
go ahead. No,
Her and James's wife went out pretty late last night, so I don't know
Yeah.
if she's
Diabetes.
is there something in the keto realm last night that I need to know about?
I started keto yesterday, and my wife did not.
Yeah, I think she
Whoa.
might have had some. Couple
She was like
carbs.
standing in the kitchen eating chips when I got home. I
That's not okay.
was like, so I guess you're not
In your
doing this
face.
yet.
In your face.
She had a random day. So my wife Kelsey had jury duty yesterday. So
Brag.
she
Sweet
got
brag.
she got released at like 10:30, and you don't have
Nice.
to go to work. They have to pay you for that day.
$6.
Yeah.
I
Kelsey,
just
if
had
you're
it 2 weeks
watching,
ago.
Yeah,
teach us how to get that so we can get out of work tomorrow.
I think you
Yeah,
just have to
no
register to
doubt.
vote. Isn't that how you get onto
yeah.
jury?
She got called last year, so she's had like a run of bad luck with jury duty. So
I
anyway,
get it every 2 years.
she like called me. She was like, "Hey, what kind of what are you doing today?" I was like, "Working all day."
Like what I normally do.
Yeah. So anyway, but her and Allie went out, Shane's wife, and just got. I think they had drinks all day, and
Were they day drinking?
I think so.
Oh no.
I think they just talked all day. It was good. I'm sure it was great.
yeah.
Anyway, the show's about me.
All right, moving right along. We got some comments going on today.
Shane by
and,
proxy.
Am I going to get nodules if I?
Yeah,
Okay.
that has nodules in it.
I don't think those are an STD.
Too
bruh.
soon. But Shane Blay did allude to probably the reason I got nodules on my vocal cords. What
Yeah.
you're healing is this old G chord Hohner 1940s
You know,
harmonica that I found in a
Probably
house.
like-
So I
You know,
shouldn't have blown on this.
brand new, those things are about 140 bucks.
Really?
140 bucks for a brand new one. So imagine one pre-World War II.
Yeah,
That's got to be worth at
this
least
wood right
150.
here is very well worn, and it's pre-World War II.
You think the rust in that thing is what messed your throat up?
Quite
You
possibly.
can
Moving,
see the rust
moving right
inside
along.
it,
It
bro.
has
Yeah.
nothing to do with touring
G
for 10
major
years.
or E minor for
Hey.
all those theory boys.
Oh,
for all those
goodness.
theory boys. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Well, let's go through the comments for just a minute. We got Shane Blay watching, but what's cool is he's actually sitting here too.
That's who
so-
this is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
wow.
is
You told me to do that. You know.
that's so cool. This
Do that. You can do that.
this is amazing, and you could learn from Shane here how to be watching and also be in the podcast. It's kind of telepathic, I think. Is that the word,
Yeah.
Stephen?
Telepathic.
Inception loop. Sort of.
Omniscience,
Yeah.
Right.
omniscient.
It's like you're here, but you're also in there. You're omnipresent.
Did you just
And back
Did you just
on
inhale a
silent
harmonica?
strike.
Okay, we're having some.
Pathogens in there from 1910.
never suck on a pre-war harmonica. All right.
Jonathan just contracted Spanish flu. Sorry.
Sess Buckley says, "Looking good, guys!" Exclamation point. Shout out to Sess Buckley this morning.
That's my mother-in-law, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
So you got mother and mother-in-law?
No, my mom. She's not up yet.
Okay, mom's waking up. So Randy Irwin is watching, which we knew there was a 100%
Hey.
chance of Randy today.
100%
Hey,
Randy.
Randy. Saw, dude.
Sabra.
Kyle Chris Jersbone said, "Winky face emoji. Glad you can talk again, Jonathan." So thank you, Chris. And by the way, let's just
What?
set the record straight.
Let's set it straight. Do it.
I was told that I had to go on vocal rest, and I was thinking it was going to be 2 weeks, and it ended up. After a week, I was able to test my vocal cords and kind of put on my own jurisdiction of that. And a song came on the radio, kind of a high range piece, and I sang, and I was like, "Wow, a
You're
week
like-
of this
You're
did it."
like, cowboy, take me away. Fly this girl is high.
Can you sing yet?
and
Have you tried?
into the wild blue.
You want to do some harmony practice?
Set me free, oh, I pray. That was pretty high.
Yeah,
so that
that's
wasn't
good.
bad. So
Yeah,
I
you
just
got it.
And that wasn't even falsetto.
I got somewhere.
It was
you
all
know?
head voice.
The sad thing is,
This better be said.
James had to be with me
Yeah.
almost 12 of the 18-hour working days with pen and scratch paper in tow. I would write it to James, and he would interpret it.
Yeah.
Funny story, though. We're like on the phone with a very important client, and
Yeah.
my wife and I, she was doing the James Irwin. She was like interpreting, and I was like, she's kind of being funny. Like I would say, "Hey, you're closing next week," and she go, "Hey, you're closing next week." I was like, that's
the
not how I
client?
would say it. Yeah, to the client. And so I wrote out, "He is a billionaire," and she goes, "He is a billionaire." You weren't And I'm
Like
like,
the San Diego moment on
Yeah.
Anchorman.
it was exactly that. And
You're
so
like,
Oh yeah. I thought you had that on deck, just ready to go.
what if I did?
and the guy was
Probably
like,
do.
Darth No.
you can imagine how that guy felt in that moment. He was
Yeah.
like, I don't think.
I am.
That's none of your business.
Yeah, kind of. So
But,
that was a funny story from last week, but I've been released to speak a week early, so I was supposed to be on 14 days of this. My sister and James and Steven, both who work closely with me, were like, I don't think I can take another week of this. So
true story.
it went on. I start vocal rehabilitation, Shane, on Thursday of next week.
What's that going to entail?
Melissa Cross DVDs. Like,
Well,
A lot of throat coat tea.
actually go into sessions.
Gargling whiskey.
Yeah, gargling and such. But she told me, my vocal coach told me that you have a bone here in your body. It's the only bone
Hyoid
not
bone.
attached to anything.
what? Really?
How'd you just knew that off the top of your head? Hyoid.
Hyoid.
Wow.
It's not the only one because there are also the 3 inner ear bones.
Oh,
Wow.
You're going to see, Shane. You're going to get to know Steven very quickly. Encyclopedia.
this is good.
Yeah, he's
I like that.
It's-
You're just an encyclopedia of knowledge.
I'm a bear trap of useless information.
Okay, so Kevin Adona says, "Hey Shane!" !
Hey, man.
Smiley face. So Kevin's in here. Paula Cooper says, "Carla Elise, you're probably the only one that remembers the tenor sax." Smiley face.
She's referencing, that I used to
Who's
play tenor.
Paula?
That's my mom.
Oh, I knew that. I was
That's
just.
my real mom.
She's in here.
You can't tell me what to do.
She
You're not my
is-
real mom.
But Paula came.
Justin Smith has a question for Shane, and before we ask Justin's question,
How come I
Shane
can't see
Blay,
Uh-huh.
stage right guitarist
Oh yeah.
Yep. Stage
for
right.
O Sleeper. So he's vocals and shreds for O Sleeper.
big time shreds?
And O Sleeper just got back from tour. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we did. It was either 54 days with 50 shows or 50 days with 46 shows. I can't remember, but it
There's
was a
more
lot.
days than shows.
Unbelievable.
No days off.
Oh man,
Y'all didn't have a
it
single
was-
day off?
We had the 4 days off, but they were all drives to get to.
next venue.
It was like Denver to Spokane, or
There wasn't a day off between like San Diego and Anaheim where you can go
No.
to the beach and just kind of screw off. And
nope.
See, that's what people wonder that haven't toured before. They're like, what do y'all do on your days off? Do you get to go like tour the White House?
It's a drive.
party the whole time.
Yeah.
In the driver's seat.
I like the
Yes.
Shane posted a thing on one of his Facebook stories that said 90% of tour, and it's just like a road, a desert.
McDonald's
Yeah.
and a gas
Yeah.
station.
Right.
Unbelievable.
The local QT trucks
Dude,
that.
the Emory guys are super into McDonald's.
Oh, is that who y'all toured with?
Yeah, the last little leg of the run was with Hawthorne Heights and Emory.
Oh man, I loved Emory.
Dude, we toured with Hawthorne Heights. I love those guys. We did the whole
they're
work
cool.
tour with them. Carla Elise says, I've known Shane since 5th grade. He has always been an awesome guy. Carla.
Wrong.
Very musically talented. He played tenor sax and band with me. Smiley face period. So-
Wait.
I know Kara.
Wait a
I haven't
minute.
seen her in about 18 years.
I've
but-
known you for 20 years, and
Dude, we're-
I never knew you played the tenor sax.
A
Is
lot
that
of
a
people-
true
Wait a second.
statement?
Why would I ever tell you that information, bro?
I don't
You
know.
would use that for me.
When does
you'd
that
use
come
on
up in
me too.
conversation?
Just like,
That's it. That's
you
it.
can do this, and you never told people?
I couldn't do that, man. But
Okay.
I'm sure I could figure it out.
Wow. Little known fact, you know my mom, kinda, and you guys have met my mom. My mom
I
played
know
the
Carla.
sax when I was growing up. So
Like tenor?
Carla plays the saxophone.
Which one? There's
I don't
3.
know, one of them.
Probably got the small.
Soprano?
I mean,
small
probably,
lady.
yeah.
Is
But
there
I
a
remember
soprano sax?
There's a
Yeah.
soprano sax.
Soprano.
It's the one that looks like a clarinet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
She plays
That's
the one that
what,
looks like the curl
Kenny
one.
G plays. The
Yeah, he
soprano
also
sax.
plays the alto and the tenor as
Yeah,
well.
but he's well known. Like
Yeah, he
the
yeah.
Careless Whisper bits, tenor sax.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's got that
Soprano
throat.
sax. Excuse me.
Yeah, soprano sax.
Soprano sax.
So she played the sax. Yeah, that's not super important, but
That's cool.
But yeah, I
It's
played
random.
saxophone, dude.
wow.
Do you still own one?
No,
If I found one, would you take it back up?
no, it's really gross, dude. The it's a woodwind. The reed is disgusting.
You want to suck on this?
That's a woodwind
I
also.
already did kind of.
For those of you wondering, I just offered him a 1940s.
You offered.
All right, you listening at a later date.
Might I interest you in this?
1940s harmonica there. I sucked on that harmonica. I sucked on that harmonica, and I got something lodged in my vocal folds that's driving me nuts. So we'll look for that later.
World War I shrapnel.
Yeah,
You're-
absolutely.
yeah, your doctor's gonna be like, "Wow, you took 9 steps back." So you're gonna take another month
gotta-
off of.
We got to cut the whole
Talking.
head off.
Somehow you
Sorry.
grew
Yeah.
rust in
Oh
your
my
throat.
gosh, you have rust in your throat. Looks like it's from the 40s. We did a DNA test.
DNA test on the rust.
Carbon dating. Sets
Carbon
this-
dating, yeah. All right, Clarence Fajardo gives 3 rock fists this morning. So, Clarence, thanks for tuning in.
Yo.
Carlene Chase gives an alien emoji. Brutal. And Kyle Blanchard says, "Hey, buddy!" exclamation points with 2 Caucasian rock fists.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Love the choice. Love the choice. Jacob Claude
Whoa.
Felter says, "Who?" question mark.
He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. Shout out to him. And Kevin Adona says, "Hey, Shane!" double exclamation point and a smiley.
Cute.
Stephen Brown says, "Tenor sax."
Did I say tenor sax?
He did.
What did I say?
And Janan Warren
You said-
Brown
you said
says,
tenor.
"Jeopardy!" exclamation point. I think that's to you, Stephen.
Yes, that's my mother. Since we're talking about mothers,
So you think you could go on Jeopardy and succeed?
I think I could go on Jeopardy in place.
Okay.
Really?
I might be one of those people that's like, "Oh, I had fun, Alex. I had fun."
With
Wow.
like $300.
Yeah, I'm walking away with $1,000 because my philosophy on Jeopardy is, Final Jeopardy. You go all in. You go ballsy. I'm risking it all.
You have to.
You have to,
That's the only way you win.
and that's how.
I thought about this.
Anytime. Oh yeah.
That's what Jared did. Or whatever his name is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so did Ken. Ken.
So you're strongly
Ken Burns.
considering Jeopardy. Like, there's a better chance you'll go on than Shane at this point.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how trivial Shane's brain is.
So, funny enough, me and my wife started watching it about right before we left for the tour, and we had them over, and we were like, "Y'all want to watch Jeopardy?"
We watched Jeopardy
we
for
just
like
did.
3 hours.
It's awesome.
It was sick.
Yeah.
It was educational, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to know, out of James and Shane,
What was
who
that about?
won that night?
I think I won.
Yeah, probably Shane. Shane's a lot smarter than me.
Are you
I
pretty
don't know
good at
about
it?
that. No.
Who would win out of this one, James? Like Steven or
Steven.
Shane?
Steve, for
Okay,
sure.
all right.
Oh.
I already know. He knew about
Yeah.
like rust from the
Carbon
something or-
dating,
yeah.
he said. Yeah. So what happens
me,
if
by
you
the
go
way.
to Final
Yeah.
Jeopardy and you risk it all and you don't know the question?
That's just one of those things where you're just like, tough. I don't
Do you
know
get to
anything.
keep the money that
You
you
get
earn?
third place gets $1,000. Second place gets $200. Usually, it's brought to you by a leave,
Oh.
so they get the sponsor to give you.
Oh, I
that.
thought they got to keep the money they had made.
I did too.
No.
No, Big Pharma gives you, $1,000 right at the end of it.
Yeah,
No
Wow.
way. These people have earned like 12,800, Alex.
no,
Yeah.
no.
They
You
only get to keep like $200.
That's play
Right.
money,
Oh
dude.
my
and then
gosh.
you got to
Wow.
get. Then it's taxed because it's, I guess, filmed in California. Wow.
Well, I got some history on this. I went
Wow.
2009. I went to The Price is Right. It was post Bob Barker days.
Yes.
Drew Carey. So we were in the studio audience for this.
Live.
Me and a buddy of mine. And dude, I'm telling you, when I say everybody should add this to your bucket list, I don't care who you are, you would have a blast. And you have equal chance, no matter what seat you're in the audience, to get
Yeah.
called up. And so the whole time you're like, and now, you're like, could it be?
Come on down.
I have a story about that too. Adam D from Kill Switch Engage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So he
I
got
know this.
on and won, and then the night that it aired, Woven War was on tour, and we stayed at his house that night, and
Oh
he
my
still
God.
hadn't got his. He won 2 cars and how much money, and he still hadn't
Oh
got it.
my
But he
God.
said the taxes were insane.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, didn't
California
he?
tax
He
rate.
like wrote a whole article about like how it cost him all this money to win those cars, and he had to sell them to
He had
like
to sell
not-
him to do it, but I mean, he did make some money off of it. But
Yeah, it's not all tears and sadness.
It's really big prizes, and you're like, how do you get that? I mean, like, so he won like the biggest of the big. If
Yeah, he won
a
the
couple of
Showcase
cars-
Showdown.
he won 2
Both.
cars.
Yeah, he won a car in his game, and then he won a car in the Showcase Showdown.
Shout out
Or
to
the
Adam D.
Showcase.
No.
Yeah, what a
crap.
sweetheart. You guys,
And it
Yeah,
cost
he's
him
great.
money.
he's awesome.
Dude,
Cost him
it
money
cost
to
him
win
money,
these
yeah.
cars. All right, pony up 12,000, and you've won 2 cars.
All right.
I don't really want this Ford Fiesta that bad.
Well, in all good fun.
I want a Ford Fiesta and a Kia Sorento.
In all good fun,
Yeah.
it was awesome
And I had to ship them
because
to Massachusetts.
Did you think you were going to get picked?
well, we did because we were on the second row, so we were in a lot of camera shots. It was funny, but Drew Carey does comedy during the commercial breaks, and I was never told that, and so it was just like 5-minute stand-up bits with Drew, and they were hilarious. So it was pretty fun.
What's the deal?
What's the deal with this price?
What's
Is it
the
right?
deal with taxes?
Why does it cost money to win my prizes?
Did you have to pay to get in, or was it like they
It's
just filled
free,
the-
but you got to get there at like 5 a.m. at the fence. That was kind of weird to be in the hood of L.A. at 5 a.m. It was
You
scary.
guys have played
Yeah.
Conan, right? Or
We did
Kimmel?
Conan when
Yeah.
it was on NBC, which was a Universal hookup because NBC Universal.
Right.
It was very fun. Conan was very tall. And
How awkward was it? Because I feel in my mind, I remember watching Slipknot on Conan. I recorded it on tape. That's how long ago it was.
it was the size of this room. When
And
we
they're
played,
like headbanging really hard, and I was thinking like, "There's
Friend of the Sickest
nobody."
Kids and Slipknot put on the exact same show as
Well,
well.
yeah, I was just thinking though in my mind like how awkward that is to be just like everybody is like 30 feet away, sitting down.
It's a
maybe
really big barricade there.
probably yeah, exactly. Probably really not digging your band at all. Like no matter who it is, the odds of them knowing who you are and being stoked.
right. They just
like-
happened to be in L.A. and like, let's go to Conan
They're waiting in
O'Brien's.
line.
Stage diving's off the table there.
You can't stage dive.
There's probably like 2 Slipknot fans in the studio audience, and the rest are like, it's just too darn loud.
Yeah, so like, was it how weird on a level of shooting a music video is awkward, and then
Very.
doing Conan. Which one is more awkward? Do you think?
Was Good Day Dallas a choice?
Yeah, tell us about that.
I started on all fours for Good Day Dallas. Like when they came back from commercial break, I was on all fours like a lion barking.
Okay,
It was a dare from the other team band members, and I was like,
You should have
"Yeah,
taken the
I'll
physical
start."
challenge.
And so, those shows are just so awkward. You've got to do something to just like make it kind of fun because the audience is just like,
they're still asleep, especially in the morning.
it's like
Oh, yeah,
Desert Face.
Was it taped like super
7:30.
early?
Yeah, they're taped in the morning, and it's like we probably went on
Singing
around
at
noon.
Did y'all do
okay.
a full band or acoustic?
Full band.
Wow.
It's really quiet because they have it all. None of it's plugged in. It's all through in ears,
Yeah.
and so the studio audience hears nothing.
It's like
except
drums,
cymbals.
yeah, cymbals and snare.
Yeah, and so they're like.
Like every O Sleeper show.
Exactly.
But since you brought up Slipknot, listen to this. So I just Googled Forever the Sickest Kids and Slipknot because we toured with Slipknot in Australia. Believe it or not.
Oh, with a
Not
K.
bad, not bad.
That was good.
That lineup. Here you go. Here's that lineup.
Let's hear it.
Slipknot, We the Kings, Forever the Sickest Kids, Under Oath, Escape the Fate, Paramore, Boys Like Girls.
Jeez.
Gosh, one of these things is
Nine
not
Inch
like the
Nails.
other.
What?
Marilyn Manson.
What?
No way.
And
Megadeth,
no. What's the dude's name? Because it's not on here.
well, what's he in?
James Taylor.
It'll come back to
Fred
me.
Durst.
Jim Croce.
Oh, I
Back from
know.
the Dead.
I know.
He had two.
LeBron.
Yeah.
You got LeBron to go. Oh man.
So, anyways, we
LeBron,
toured with
yeah.
Slipknot, and the coolest thing about that was seeing them out of their suits, like backstage, like having
Old.
family
They're
guests
old,
come
dog.
in.
Dude, I would
So good.
Kids running around.
System of a Down.
system.
Yeah, they
Surge.
were.
Surge.
Thank you.
Tanakic.
So I had a dare to. Marilyn Manson went on right before us. This was another dare from our band.
So such a
And they were
wheels
like-
off lineup.
I dare you.
I've never said that sentence before.
Marilyn Manson went right before us.
I dare you to say "Good show, Brian" when he walks off
Hey,
stage.
good show, dude.
And so,
Show Brian.
because Marilyn Manson's real name is Brian.
Brian Warner.
So we're standing like band members are right here. They're about to do the changeover.
Who is Brian Warner?
Is that his name?
Oh,
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
Brian?
Jeopardy.
Boom.
Jeopardy. So he walks off stage and his like 12-inch platform.
Was he wearing a
knee-high
Was he wearing a bustier
boots.
and women's
Or like a
panties?
garter.
Blood. I mean, it just went
Yeah.
nuts. I was like,
Hi, how are you?
yeah, basically. So I go, "Good show, Brian," and he goes, "F you." I was like,
Wow.
all right.
I bet he didn't say F.
No, he said a word that would get
censored
kicked
himself.
off the air, but it was so funny. That was my one
Show
like
Brian.
memory of Marilyn Manson tour.
Were you wearing like a hat, like flat
Yeah,
bill,
flat bill,
like,
neon everything.
green?
Flat ironed hair, just like
Yeah, like a
It
swoop.
was the same tour that Every Time I Die came out and
so good.
wrote like "Hey Britney sucks" and walked out on our set and like held it up to the whole. So we didn't get along with those guys. I
Jordan
know they're friends of
Buckley.
y'all's, but
Man, FTSK just starting.
it was, and that's like been
S
13 years
stuff.
ago.
starting stuff.
It was
Yeah.
funny because it was like, why'd
Four-letter
you come on
words.
our stage and write "Hey Britney sucks"? Like we're trying to perform for like a lot of people, and
You gotta stay
Whatever.
edgy.
so
man.
back to the
We're trying to
comments.
turn these Slipknot fans.
Wheels,
Trying to convert some Slipknot fans.
wheels are
Yeah.
off.
So good. Oh my god. So Heather Schoonover Carlisle says, "Hey, period. How's your voice feeling? It's about to 70%. Feels good to be at least talking again. I've got rehab that starts next Thursday, and not looking forward to vocal rehab, but I am looking forward to the stories that Shane has because I kind of followed this tour a little bit on Instagram, and it seemed like probably for guys like us that do music, it felt great to see how absolutely relevant you guys are at this time.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, because the band had taken so much time off, and how long has it been since the last record came out?
This is your best
2013.
record.
Thank you.
2013
my
to
opinion.
19, so
Yeah.
it's been that math. 6 years.
6 years.
So what was the emotion like leaving for tour? Like, will people still show up 6 years later?
Yeah, a lot of worry but after the third show, we were the first show we had to stop 3 times.
For
Technical
Technical
difficulties.
lighting difficulties.
oh man,
During the show?
Come on.
Mhm.
Like, as Micah decided to do the light show that afternoon before the show started.
I'm not saying anything on the air. He's going to see this one
Well,
day.
Micah, good to see you, brother. Previous
Mike is
guest.
the best.
Michael, episode
002?
I mean, listen, we talking about
practice.
practice.
Yeah.
Not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Speaking of practice, we definitely practiced our butts off for this tour. And
Where do y'all practice?
in my
Shane's
studio.
bedroom.
Yeah, so when we moved into our house, my wife was like, "You should just turn the master bedroom into the studio. It's the
Oh.
biggest room in the house."
What
What?
an awesome one.
Yeah.
Can you shout out to your wife right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out, babe.
What is
Super
up?
shout out.
I think she's on here too.
Let's see here. We do have Dana Wood Williams,
That's not
El
her.
Medi, Mech Talley,
Fonseca's in here.
Oh,
Tanner Milner,
Jared's
Colton
in here.
I got
Bivens,
another mom on
Richard
here.
Garcia.
Les Balamut, Jared Neiman, Missy Sims Walker, Paula Cooper, Justin Bowling, Brian Hendon. He said he saw the Seattle show. You all were awesome. What can you
Nice.
share about Empty or guys in
Empty.
Convictions
was
that you toured with?
They were both awesome.
Is that a typo for Emery?
No, Empty was the band that opened our headliner.
Oh, there's a band called Empty.
Yes.
Is it like
They
short
just
for
got signed to
something?
Solid State too. They're
Like
great.
empty out the carcass or something?
They got
No.
signed to Solid State?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's huge. Good for Empty.
On the tour.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's awesome.
Convictions was great. They were super pro. They had fog.
Wow.
Foggers
Whoa.
like on cue with their
Dude,
They had
that's
it
sick.
synced
some
up?
breakdowns.
Did you guys have fog this time around?
Oh yeah.
So
Well, we had the whole
we have, like,
get up.
So there was always fog drama in No Sleeper because
There still is. Zach hates it.
So Zach, so
He likes a haze, like a 10%
Like a
haze.
little bit of a
We like
haze.
100%.
You like
We
this
would-
is
I like
Spinal Tap
flying through
level.
the clouds.
when I was in the band, I would take the button that shoots the fog out and I would tape it down so that it would run continuously.
Oh, that's tight.
I would the second the band before us stopped, I would start it and it'd go.
It'd be Cloud City in the
It'd be
venue.
you couldn't even
Yeah, dude.
see us at all.
I
and
love
Zach,
the smell of that stuff.
it smelled like pancake syrup.
I
Yeah.
love the
And
smell
we
of
would
the
set
fog.
smoke
It drives you out
detectors
there.
on.
Oh, big time, big time.
And you couldn't see Zach at all, which I thought was funny, but
Yeah.
he hated.
Do you know what?
So when I
fog
quit
is
the
made
band,
out
he was
of?
like, "I know what I'll do. I'll set my drums up where James used to stand. Remember that on the side stage piece?
"Yes."
we don't do it anymore now that Seth is.
Nathan Mitchell says Shane can
Stop.
choke a bee, too.
Nathan is one of my jujitsu buddies.
There you go. So you
pretty
are
good.
jujitsu. Why don't you explain that?
What
About
is that?
3 years ago,
Do you stay kosher?
I don't know what that means.
I was making a Jiu-Jitsu joke.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You gotta go on Trebek's.
Unbelievable.
You make jokes like that on his show, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, no.
Allie Blay says, "Hi, husband!" ! My mom is here too. Haha. And Christine Silvers says, "Visit Des Moines, Iowa again. We miss you."
Yeah, we missed Des Moines on this last run. Sorry, Christine.
Speaking of
We
Slipknot,
drove
speaking of
right
Slipknot.
past that. Yeah.
She's waiting on you. So next time you come back, she'll be at the show. Is
Just
that a
one.
promise?
In Des Moines.
Just one time?
Just one person.
Just one
At the
person's
Des Moines
waiting in
show.
Des Moines.
That'd be sick. Bring your,
So
somebody.
back to your story. Allie lets you
Bring a
make the
thousand
master
friends.
bedroom your studio, and that's where y'all practice, right?
Yeah. So, but our producer Andreas Magnuson, he lives in Richmond. He's only seen us a few times,
maybe 5.
and every time he's seen us, we're horrible.
Oh no.
And he doesn't. I mean, what do you think, James? He doesn't mince
Sugarcoat
words. He
anything.
doesn't sugarcoat anything.
He's the realist.
He very.
He
But
told
anyway,
me
this
every time
time-
he saw us with me in the band, we sucked. That's what he said.
Unbelievable.
But this
Wow.
last time, he said that it sounded like a new band, and we sounded great. And
I agree 100%.
yeah.
It was so good in Dallas. Sound was great.
What about
band was
Vegas?
tight.
Vegas was a weird
Vegas
show.
kind of sucked.
Yeah, I thought we played well, but Vegas
Just no bueno.
just it was sold out. It was great, but they did not. They weren't. They were ready for My Heart Is in Ohio. They weren't ready for.
Ready for you built this ship from the wreckage. I think that every time we ever played Vegas, we get off stage and be like, all right, that kind of sucked. Now it's time to go party.
Yeah,
That is the
then
worst
you
city to
over-party.
play a show in because
Yeah.
there's so many entertainment choices. There's
Yeah.
10,
True.
10 million entertainment choices.
You
Why
over
would they
party
come to?
before and after.
yeah. Zach Brown was in town that night.
Yeah.
So that's where our crowd was.
That's what the
Oh,
crowd
yeah, of
was.
course.
They were at Zach Brown.
Were y'all trying to convert some
It's
Zach Brown
that
fans?
Venn diagram
Yeah.
of Oh Sleeper fans and
Yeah.
Zach Brown fans and the overlap.
Yeah.
I'm in that intro.
Oh yeah, Zach Brown's
Yeah,
legitimate.
Shane in the middle, Van Dyke. Yeah. Remember when we met Charles Barkley in Vegas at one time?
Yes, and he gave us life advice.
Nuggethead.
Yeah, we played at Mandalay Bay with Every Time I Die, and he was just in the dressing room, like
Their
with
TMs.
his boys,
You go-
and he was just shooting life advice to all of us.
We were all
He's like,
taking
"No,
like
you-"
those like secret selfies
What's
with
the,
him
what's
in
the
the
tie in
background.
there?
Do I? I
He
don't know.
met. Okay, I remember the story. So the Every Time I Die's tour manager. Remember what was that guy's name? Doug or
Played for the Phoenix Suns.
and he was like he
Shaquille?
loved I think he loved the Cowboys or something.
Yeah, and I remember Cowboys were playing that night.
Cowboys
'cause
were
we,
playing.
We were like, "Hey, Vinny Paul, we're from Arlington."
Yeah, we saw him. We saw Vinny Paul that night
Oh
too.
my gosh, dude, what a night.
Anyway, so Doug, this guy who's shorter than me, walks into the bar over by House of Blues, and Shaq.
Wait.
Charles Barkley.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't just confuse.
Shaq was saving money on his car insurance with the general. At that
Yeah,
point.
he was. So anyway,
Wait,
he
I'm
was
stuck
like,
on the fact that there's someone shorter than you.
yeah,
Whoa.
there is. Oh wow.
Whoa.
Okay,
hey.
sorry.
Our old drummer was shorter than you.
so dominant.
All right, back to Charles Barkley.
Anyway,
dude. Oh my God.
Hey,
Doug-
Aaron Allen, nice of you to show up an hour late.
He's going to
Thanks.
want us to start the whole thing over again, I bet.
All right, we're starting the
Sorry,
show
Shane,
over
we
because
gotta-
Aaron Allen is
Sorry.
here.
Roll orange juice, James.
And we're live. James Like is in here too, so we'll just start it over for James and Aaron. Sorry about that. We should have waited, but we're
It's
live.
their world. We just live in it.
So
It's okay.
Charles Barkley's backstage at an O Sleeper show, and Vinny Paul's there.
Yeah, and someone else. I probably shouldn't say on the air.
Chumley,
No, no.
Paris
That was
Hilton.
Pink was in Seattle.
Seattle.
And she told us to
Jenna
go to
Jameson.
her bar, and she actually had tickets waiting for us. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a cool story.
Jenna Jameson.
Yeah, it was a porn star actually.
Okay.
And
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
yeah,
It was a dude, a male porn star.
yeah.
All right,
trying to
moving
keep
right
this
along.
PG-13.
So it looks like Aaron Allen says he's busy, so he has an excuse. And James says, your voice sounds good, Jonathan, good and rested. Thank you,
does
James,
sound
for that.
great.
I appreciate
It's
that.
right
Shane.
in my ear, very loud. So
Let me turn you
sounds
down.
really good. No. I like it.
Here's what we've been talking about today. So Shane has a master bedroom that his wife let him convert into a practice studio. I don't think any wife ever would allow that except for Miss Allie. So I need to hear how on
tight.
earth did this happen, and does it work?
Does it work?
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 bedrooms, and she was just like, "We'll just take this one." You know, we only sleep in there, and so we.
Oh wow.
Just
and-
like, oh man.
We need to hit
I
that.
knew it was gonna go there.
Hit the price is right.
Anyway,
Looks like the police are showing up down Crowley Road here.
goodness.
Oh no.
For
but
those
would
of you
you,
just
dude?
tuning
Would
in-
you say that my studio vibe is just off the rails though? It's
Yeah, it's like if Shane's
It's
dreams
like this.
through a. It's like this. Yeah.
Really?
It's
like a legit. I mean, I've got
Very
3
vibey.
It's like the Bat computer in the cave.
yeah. Like, you could.
I got to know something here. Have you ever written a song? I mean, have y'all written in there? Like, has songs come out?
All
of
of the new record was written in that room.
Do y'all do
Yeah.
it all collaboratively, or do you?
No, I just
Okay.
I usually start everything and then I usually have like a full song done and then I'll send it to Zach to. I'll have drums for it too, but he'll put that feel on it, and
all over it.
then I'll deny it, and
rim
I just
shots.
go back to my drums. No, and then
Now, Michael will write melodies and lyrics to it.
I imagine you write
yeah,
the
I write
melody.
most of the melodies, but I just email him stuff and he'll just work on it in his car or whatever, and then come over and track. I think we did all his vocals at my house, and we did all of my vocals in Richmond.
Unbelievable, dude.
I did some stuff at my house just for harmonies and whatever.
So my real estate hack goes to: could we list that house at some point and put "Oh Sleeper" record,
piece.
like for instance, we have Christine Silvers in Des Moines that might want to move to Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
Sure.
What better house to move to than your favorite band's house where the record was written? Like if Blink-182 listed their LA house back in the day, I would pay money that I didn't have way above what it's worth to.
Because that's your band.
Yeah, dude, that's my band, dude.
All right.
Travis Barker's house, man. Wrote the album there.
Morning View was written in like a house.
Yes.
Um,
Have you seen that DVD? Do you have that DVD? Oh my gosh.
What's
it's so
Morning
cool.
View?
It's
Incubus.
Incubus's 4th record.
They just went off to this house and just wrote a whole record.
They
in
rented
this
a beach house in Malibu.
So do those houses sell for more? Like this is where Beastie Boys wrote their hits.
Like, does the appraiser give that value?
Yeah,
That's it,
that's
like,
the question, right?
$5,000 on top
Mark
of it.
Cuban's like, what? I don't need that.
I think if you buy that house, you probably just buy it cash.
Yeah.
You're probably
Yeah.
that kind of buyer.
What does the inspector say? Like, I think we found a guitar thrown through the wall.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. We don't know how to explain it. Is that like on an inspection report? Like, you're an inspector now, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
of
tell us
course.
about that. So what
I've
what
been
is an inspector?
for 3 years. I'm a professional property inspector. I
Oh,
can do
wow.
commercial and residential.
Oh, I didn't know you did commercial too. That's cool.
Yeah. Or I can, I don't.
So for all the realtors listening,
Yeah.
By the way,
Hit
why don't you
your
give
boy up.
yourself a shout out? If you're a realtor, a real estate agent, which is also known as a realtor, not a realtor,
Realtor.
or a realtor,
Real tour.
it's realtor. If you're a realtor listening and you want a great inspector in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Shane, give your contact information or website or
Yeah, it's called
hashtag.
Stormwall Inspections, and I'll put a thing on the thing.
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. But I've worked for all three of these guys so far, and
Totally.
all these realtors right here.
Right.
We're all members of
Realtors.
the National Association of Realtors.
I'm a Greater Fort Worth alumni now too.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right.
A gift war? A gift war?
I get their
member?
emails.
See, Jason Perez is laughing because he says professional. He says, ha ha ha.
Fight me.
Fight me IRL.
Catch me outside. How about that?
There you go. Yeah. All right.
Dude, your speed is insane on
He's
this.
the best there is.
That's the
dude.
piece.
I
Unbelievable.
challenge anybody against James Irwin. He will smoke you to the button.
Can you turn that
No,
around?
no, no,
for
no,
me?
no,
Okay.
no.
We want to keep the studio
Whoa.
magic. This is studio
Gotta
magic.
keep the mystery.
Wow, that
has
almost
to
happened.
stay.
You almost asked David
Vetted.
Copperfield how to.
Yeah. Jeez.
How'd you make that Statue of Liberty disappear?
Okay, so Aaron Allen says the house that STP's Tony music album was recorded in was
Tiny
awesome.
Music.
Oh, Tiny Music.
Yes.
He said Tony.
He said Tony.
But you know better than that because you are Mr. Jeopardy.
But I also like Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you doing jujitsu, Jason Perez asks?
I still am. Yeah.
And what level have you accomplished?
I got my blue belt in February,
Very nice.
which was a big.
That is
big
huge.
Deal.
Do you do?
I
Do you
don't know
do
that
a
one.
Japanese
karate.
jiu-jitsu or
Brazilian
Brazilian?
jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Karate, I'll kick your ass.
All right. So,
Breaking the rules.
That was technically Jack Black cussing, not James. Sorry.
so Kyle Istook says, "What's up, Shane Blay?" Exclamation point.
Hey, boy.
He called you.
Oh yeah,
Clean Boy.
shaved. What do you think, bud?
He likes it.
Kyle, this is for you.
Shout out to
For you
Kyle.
guys- You guys don't know, Kyle was one of my groomsmen. So was James.
Yeah.
You guys weren't invited.
Jonathan
Yeah.
didn't get the invite. Okay. Steven didn't go.
I had other plans that day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Kyle, thank you to Kyle. The lovely Chiron scrolling at the bottom and the logo implementation was
Hey,
done
that
by
is
Kyle.
true.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Kyle did this. He did this.
He didn't do the logo, but all the moving stuff and
He
all
did
the
all
Wow.
stuff you're
we have
watching.
all
He
this
did all that.
and all this.
Wow.
He's the man with the plan.
Look at
And
my
then
boy
this.
doing work.
Yeah.
Melissa Ann showed up a little late, and she said, "Jonathan, aren't you supposed to be resting your vocals?" And so I'm doing this legally. My vocal doctor has allowed me to speak on the podcast today.
There are police
He can sing
outside.
too.
can
I'll
sing.
prove it. Watch this.
Okay.
Harmony practice. Tap the Rockies,
Tap the
Coors Light.
Rockies,
Tap the Rockies, Coors Light. Tap the Rockies, Coors Light.
I want my baby back.
That's
baby
cool.
back,
That was
baby
great.
back.
That was great.
So Jason says the new album is lit. When's your next Fort Worth show?
Good question.
Good question. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to book a home show before we leave for Europe in December.
How about at Fairmont?
Very nice.
How about at your Fairmont listing?
Just,
Yeah, you guys
just
want to
trash
play?
it.
You guys want to play in a 1,900 square foot house?
I just don't want to play at the door. So
Okay.
How about
Another last show at the door.
yeah,
Rest in peace, the door again.
I know? How about at the corner of what street is that house on that you have?
Oh, South Lake and something.
Something over there.
the big boy.
Fairmont, Big Boy. We could do a home
Ooh.
A house show.
show.
Wow, that'll
Yeah,
sell
it's
it.
been a minute.
Seth Buckley says that logo would make a great coaster. I'll get right on that.
Oh yeah, she makes.
Oh yeah, she does make
Oh.
coasters.
That could be kind of sick.
That would
Make
be
us some
really cool.
coasters, sis.
Make us like 3.
That'd be dope.
Haley Barchard is watching. She is our sound guy's fiance from Florida. What's up, girl?
So,
What's the weather like in Florida? If you could please comment that below, because we might take a plane. It is so hot here in Crowley.
I would imagine
hot there, too.
Florida
Yeah, it
is
sucks.
90% humidity, and it's probably going to rain at about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
So all of this is true, but you know.
I lived in Florida. I lived in Florida briefly. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I hate the people from Florida talking to Texans. You have like a dry heat.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
What does it even mean? What is
Yeah.
dry heat? If you look up the definition
is
of
a
dry
dry
heat,
It's just low humidity.
Yeah. So you can get in the shade. Like you can just get in the shade and you'll be fine.
Crap. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Running into people from Arizona, I'm guilty of the same thing. Like, oh, Arizona's a dry heat. Yeah, bro, it's 120. Come tell me it's dry.
We just drove through the Mojave and it was 127 at some point.
Was the AC working?
oh my god,
No, not that day.
So the AC was not working.
Well, it was working, but the van was overheating, so we had to just run the. You know how it is.
the heat.
Can I share you my biggest fear of touring?
Running
like
the
that
Being hot?
Yeah.
Not being able to make a truck stop and having to go number 2 on a Prevost.
Having
Yeah.
duck butter all day and night.
Possibly that too. That's top 5 for sure. But what about going
Chlamydia?
like El Paso West and like what
the
if you
worst
had
place
a
on earth.
flat out there,
Oh, no.
like a flat,
Oh, just like from.
like on the bus or the van, like you
Yes.
can't see for hundreds of miles. You can't see any buildings.
Just
You had a flat
tire.
out there. Think your generator would last until the freaking 18-wheeler
generator?
repair
What's
got
this
there?
generator
Dog,
stuff?
we're in a van.
Dude,
I
I've been touring
remember
for 18 years or so, and that's not happened.
You're
I remember
Yes.
you're renting a 16 passenger from Caps.
peel back the curtain a little bit. Our van. So the van that O Sleeper has owned it. How long the entire
since
life of the band?
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah, so it's 13 years old. Yeah, how many hundreds of thousand miles?
So we're
400.
we're 800 miles away from 400,000.
So it's
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Just drive it around the loop for a
Did
few
y'all
hours.
buy it?
I'm going to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to.
Did y'all
Yeah.
buy it new? Is that all
We
y'all?
brought it with 30,000 miles. So me and James did the math the other day, and I think that him and I, just in the driver's seat, have spent 2 months of our lives just straight.
consecutively. Too much straight.
2 months of
driving.
our lives.
How'd you
just-
do the math on that, bro? It's kind of legit.
We're just good at math.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't get in. It's too heady to get on a podcast.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, this isn't a math
This isn't a
podcast.
math podcast.
True.
But the
That's coming up
Well, it
next.
kind of is because isn't O Sleeper math metal?
yeah, well, basically,
No, we're not.
yeah, not really. But I remember
Everything's in 4, bro.
the biggest nightmare ever is being
math metal is so
it's
funny.
it's August. The van is overheating, and you're climbing a mountain in the desert, and the only way to cool the engine off is to roll the windows down and turn the heat on as high as you can blast it,
No.
because it
happened a
vents
bunch.
heat off of the engine.
Yeah.
And we did that.
Every time we were going up the
know
mountain.
how many times we had to do that.
Every time in Napa and every time in Death Valley and stuff, you have to do
Yeah,
it.
you're blasting the heat to cool the engine. And then we did that.
Wow.
And then people are like, oh, man, you get to the show and like, I wish you guys would have played Archers tonight. You're like, really, dog?
Yeah,
You know
dude.
what? We
I've
just
got heat rash on my legs, bro.
Yeah, look at my rashy leg.
All right.
Dude, why did you
Dry
play
heat
like Reading?
definition on Urban Dictionary. You ready?
Oh, is this
hear it.
gonna?
Oh boy.
this
When
could
it's
be
hot
bad.
outside but the humidity is low, so the air can cool the body down. Conversely, when the humidity is high, the air cannot cool the body and absorb sweat. As the air is already saturated, this can make a 75-degree day feel closer to 80. Example, it's 80 degrees out today, but it feels nice.
You gave me a generic response.
That is so generic, and that's so wrong.
I'm going to steam this broccoli for dinner. The recipe says we need to cook it with a dry heat, so how about sauteing it instead? All right, thank you once again,
All right.
Urban Dictionary.
Brain trust behind Urban Dictionary.
So-
Aaron Allen says it's an oven here. He's referring to Crowley, Texas, I believe. And Anoli Miranda says, I love O Sleeper. Shane is so hot. I want to date him. He's incredibly good looking. Wow, would he take off his shirt? Jonathan just added all the rest.
I was gonna say I don't think any of that stuff.
She did give a lovey emoji and a heart emoji. So thank you for that, Miss Miranda.
You're just interpreting that. So the new record is out. What's it called?
Bloodied and Unbowed.
How's it doing?
Apparently really well. Label says it's doing really well. I don't like to look at numbers because I'll just get depressed.
How do
Yeah.
you track? Because nobody buys records anymore. So how do you track? Like
I mean, we still
What's
doing
the
the
metric?
same thing. Sound scans.
sound scans are still the.
Same old.
Is
I-
Spotify
I
getting more and more
disagree.
important?
Streams
Somebody
are-
buys records.
Hey,
You bought it, didn't you?
You bought it on a digital platform though.
I did buy. You guys didn't
He's
have.
talking about physical.
Oh,
physical
copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But don't
stole
that
it
show-
from the
streaming
show.
and online are two different.
But
Thanks.
buying it from iTunes doesn't count toward your overall
does.
RIA numbers.
I don't know. Talk to somebody else. I don't-
Jonathan,
Shane,
does it-
Shane will probably receive a 1/10 of a cent.
Oh
from
yeah.
that
Yeah,
purchase.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
My
no
last
money in
Spotify
it.
check was I think 3 cents, and Wovenware has, 5 million plays or something, and then I don't know how many Sleeper has.
Well, so if you're listening to this
8
on
cents.
Spotify today, thank you for Spotify for hosting our podcast. But no,
You're ripping
thank
off the
you.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what's funny. Like, I guess James brought this to my attention. He's like, dude, your band gets 750,000 monthly listeners from Spotify.
That's a lot.
And I'm like, I have not seen one check from Spotify ever in the history of our band. So we're trying to figure out, why does Spotify? Well, it's gone down.
Well, it comes in on
600.
your royalty check. It's
Oh,
just
is
like
that right?
it's just a
Addendum.
Are you ASCAP or BMI?
ASCAP.
I am too. So maybe it is on our checks.
You just have to look at your
Itemized
list,
report. There you go.
I do know that Pharrell, that song Happy that had billions and billions of plays on Spotify.
Whoa, that's a lot.
He made like $7,000 or something.
Yeah, something stupid.
$7,000 off.
It
billions
had
of
like
streams.
20 billion plays on Spotify, and he got a
He
overall
bought a new hat.
Yeah, seriously.
Shoot.
Put a down payment on one of his hats.
He
is what
bought
it
him
was.
a van
Those
with
big hats.
800 miles short of 300,000. Oh, short of 400,000.
Aaron's asking about our shirt sales because he makes our shirts.
Oh, how are they doing?
Oh.
Shout out to Aaron Allen.
We sold out of everything, Aaron. So
That's
boom.
where the real money is. People don't know that bands are just like traveling t-shirt salesmen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
But now you get these labels that are
Dude, that's
doing
funny.
the
360
360s.
deals.
We're not doing that.
Oh, good.
No.
No, you guys.
Well,
But you guys have been on Solid State for how long?
Well, we did
Since
those 3 records.
2014.
Yeah. And then
Y'all are off them now.
no, we have an option to do another one if they
Okay,
want to do
okay,
it. But
okay.
there's no
First
the
round.
whole contract was super no strings.
Okay, that's
Tell the listeners, if you're watching on Facebook Live, you can kind of see in the background that this is
That's James
There's
Irwin.
Daddy right there.
Daddy Irwin.
Daddy Irwin's in this one. Tell us what's going on the screen there.
Okay, so that's the chorus of Hush Yael. There's James singing a harmony. He's singing We Are. We Are.
I love that song. by
There's
the way.
Daddy right there, Daddy Blay.
Yep. This was at when was this, James?
Probably the door.
No, it was at the door. I'm saying 2014.
This was on my birthday in 2013 because you remember
2013.
after the show what happened.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you told me about that.
Oh yeah, tell us about that.
James got real
Silly.
inebriated.
My mother-in-law, as soon as I got off stage, she was like, "Hey, you want it?" My mother-in-law
ice-
weighs
the
90
ice
pounds.
Gail's
She's
awesome.
like, "Hey, do you?" And she doesn't. She's not
Do you
like
want to do the
wild.
ice bucket challenge?
Worse. She goes,
Oh.
"Hey, do you want to take a shot of Rumple Mints right now?" And I was like dehydrated.
Oh.
And then it was my birthday. I was like, "Yes." And then 15 of those later, I'm punching Shane in the bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Y'all getting a fight.
this is right when I
No,
started.
it was like a fly like bouncing off his face, and he was like, "This is cute." I'm sure.
Well, the real problem was that he was about to get kicked out of the bar because John, the bartender, saw him do that, and then so James slaps me in the face, and he's like, "This is right when I started dating my wife," and he goes, "Don't you hurt her, man!" Slaps me in the face.
I was advocating for Allie really
Yeah.
hard.
which worked out.
It really did.
But then he.
Oh, Micah Dean Johnson says, "Stop the show and pay attention to me."
No, he
No,
doesn't.
you're not getting
no.
Whataburger, bro.
Get out of here.
Not happening.
Sorry, guys.
So
Reno.
he slaps me in the face, then turns around and just shoves his hands in the bar ice
Yeah.
and just start and then like throw it on your face. You're just being a madman.
I was just trying to
And
cool
John was
off.
like, "Dude, he's out." And I was like, "No."
Tried to kick
And so
him
I
out.
turned him around and he hits me again. And I'm just like, James is up to here on me. I'm just like,
Control
okay.
him. Oh.
And we just walked into the next.
Just go take a nap over
Which
there.
we were at Profit Bar
Oh.
having
No.
drinks there
Yeah.
instead of the door.
I threw an art show in 2008 at the Profit Bar, and that was my best memory
Brag.
there. Although we've
Ooh.
played there, I just never enjoyed that venue much.
We've never
Always
played
bad shows.
that room.
We never played the small room.
It's way too small for me.
It's way too small. I saw some shows in there though back in the day, and it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. If
Yeah.
you can pack that room out like it's
It's a
100
crowd
knees to
surfing.
elbows,
Yeah.
100 people. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could
100 people looks like 1,000 in there.
you
It's
could
great.
walk across everybody's head. It'd be pretty cool. But
So
rest in
let's
peace
go back
that
to the
venue.
comments because rest in peace that venue. But Allie Blay says, "Love you, James," with a kissy emoji, and Roberto Luciano.
Come to Brazil.
Yeah, that's to Allie. Roberto Luciano says, "Shane is Sleeper ever gonna sell that super elite secret T-shirt you guys wear on your tours to use mortals?"
To us mortals, I think you meant.
You got to steal it
No.
like Gage did.
Yeah, Gage stole one. We made these shirts that are embroidered with the broken pentagram,
Oh, that's cool.
and a lot of people really want it. I think mine got stolen too because I can't find it.
I wonder if Aaron Allen could make those.
I think
Who
he
made
did.
'em?
I think he
He
did
probably
make
did.
those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
but that wouldn't make them exclusive.
Wait,
If
was
he
it?
didn't, he's gonna be pissed. So-
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it you guys? Was it you saying that You stole Britney Spears' jeans?
It was a blanket.
No, that's
Blanket, that's what
a
it was.
bunch of story. No,
That was you with stat
no,
jeans.
no.
This
I almost stole.
That's a lot of stories merged into one.
Yeah, I'll make it real quick. We were on an airplane with Britney Spears once, and as soon as I got off, I was on the very last row. I was the last one to get off the plane, and I walked by where she was sitting, and there was like a pile of trash that was hers, and a blanket she was using.
The pile of trash
and
was
in,
Britney
and
Spears.
in my mind, I was like, steal that blanket and just put it in a bag and
way.
smell it once a year on your birthday.
No.
You should have done it, man.
And so I get off the plane. And I run into Lucas, and he's like, "How bad did you want to steal that blanket?" And I was like, "Oh my!" And then, so I saw him, or not Lucas, because Nate was in the band. I ran into I don't know, Zach
Jim.
or
It was
something.
probably Zach.
Zach was
Anyway.
like, "I wanted to steal that blanket." I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I ran into Nate, and Nate was like, "How bad did you want to steal that blanket and just sniff it?" And I was like, "No way!" Were we all thinking the same thing about that blanket being creepy? And then the other one is one time I almost stole Scott
Wait,
Stapp's
did y'all
jeans.
get the blanket? Y'all didn't get the blanket?
I didn't get I got nervous.
Why?
Her trash made me nervous. That's how big of a celebrity she
I
is.
guarantee you that blanket smelled like cigarette smoke and trash.
Shout out to
Well, I don't
Britney
know. I
Spears
don't
if she's
care.
watching today.
Shout out to Britney. I almost stole your blanket once. It should still be mine.
You guys were so embarrassing on that flight because I walked in. We were in the awkward first class. You're a peasant walking by them.
Oh, that's
and
horrible.
it was stopped.
You're standing
And I stopped
standing by her
Can we just talk about that for a second? Like the walk onto a plane through first class, like the feeling you have. Like you look at all 9 people and you're like,
yeah. All 9 people in there already drinking mimosas.
and they're judging you so hard.
I only fly Spirit
Don't make eye
Airlines.
contact.
Yeah,
Can
don't
you
make eye
sit-
contact.
You sit down already. Like
I did make eye contact with Brittany, and I go, she goes, and I go, yeah. That was my entire
nice.
interaction with Britney Spears.
Was this dreadlocked?
And then no.
She was thinking it's
Maybe?
Shane. She was thinking
Yeah,
it's
she
Shane.
She was sitting up front with all her kids and her
Oh, you're that
family
inspector
and
from
security.
yeah, I know you.
From Stonewall.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Shane from Stonewall.
I know
And
that
the
guy.
embarrassing thing was I heard Zach behind me just losing it, screaming that Britney Spears was on the flight. And I was keeping it so together.
Was this bald Brittany or like blonde?
No,
blonde?
she was ponytail Britney.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, this was past that phase of it's Britney now.
So we had we had like 10 years. Well, not 10 years. We had a year where people thought, "Hey, Brittany," like our hit song of the year,
Which, according to Every Time I Die, sucks.
yeah. Thank you for that. We had to go all the way to Adelaide, Australia, to find out that "Hey, Brittany" sucks. But everybody thought that was written after Britney Spears. So it's kind of funny because one time we were traveling to the studio in LA where we were recording, and 40 cars just swarmed by us, and I was like, "Shoot, Robbie!" We're in our van. We had a white Chevy van too. Yeah, it's like go.
You got swatted.
So we sped up too, like
Playing
every
Fortnite.
mature band would. And
Yeah,
we
you're
follow,
drifting in their shadow.
and every stoplight, paparazzi get out of their cars, all 40 of them, and they're like shooting the car.
Yeah.
And one of them, like as they're getting back in their car, I was like, "What is the deal?" He's like, "Oh, that's Brittany." And it was like the month that she shaved her hair.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, dude, that was cool."
She was on a tear.
We were kind of in a paparazzi tear after Brittany one time, so that was my extent. Like yours was a little cooler, but we were close to Brittany.
It'd be a
one
lot
time,
cooler
too.
if I had a blanket to let you guys smell.
I thought that story was gonna go, so I opened my backpack and was like, "Joke's on you. Here is the blanket. I got it."
Oh my god,
Be
I
a
wish,
lot
dude.
cooler if you
I
did.
wish. I was too scared though. That's how powerful.
All 3 of you were.
Yeah, we really were.
It was
All
like
3 of us had the same
The
thought.
opportunity was this big. Like,
Yeah, we always say the window of opportunity is closing fast.
okay, so the Scott Stapp pants.
Yeah, we were
Scott Stapp pants.
Scott Stapp. We were.
I was not a part of this.
Yeah, we were playing a festival.
You heard this story?
took my jewel.
I was not a part of it. I was.
Oh
on
yeah,
tour with
you were on
Woven
tour
War.
with Woven War, and
Yeah.
I was filling in for you.
Yep.
So we were playing a show, and Scott Stapp was playing like a solo gig at this fest, and their green room shared a wall with us, and I was like, we went over there to like go and
I want to hear
just
his
meet
warm
him.
up.
Oh yeah, well they'd already played. They were playing when we got there. Me and Michael watched them play, and it was awesome.
Hooray for
Anyway, I went over there and I walked in the room and they're gone, and his like show jeans are like draped over a chair, and I was like, I'm stealing those jeans right now. And I'm walking in.
That's a felony.
You think so?
Yeah, Scott Stapp's pants is a felony.
Felon. Wow.
They're probably worth
I
a
think
lot
that's
of money.
federal. That's federal crime.
Like theft over $500.
Yes.
But this is the thing, though. So then I heard him coming, and I got spooked and ran.
Somebody's taking my jewel.
So anyway,
Someone stole my pants here.
Someone stole my jeans, I'm falling down.
They were $100.
Oh my gosh, dude! Wheels
then-
are shot off.
Okay, but I'm so glad that I didn't steal his jeans because literally a month later is when his wheels shot off and he like shot his house with a machine gun and like
Oh,
put
yeah.
that video of him like when he was homeless and like he's like I just need a $500 or
The
whatever.
CIA's coming to get me or something.
Yeah, he went insane. That was
Dude.
like that was literally a month later, and so I'm so glad I didn't steal his.
You would have felt like you caused it by stealing his jeans.
Yeah, to be like that was the last straw. But what if he was pantless that whole time?
I'll tell you.
Like walking around in his
Girl,
boxer.
somebody stole my girl.
Aaron Allen says, I saw Creed once, and he split his pants during the song Torn. No
Oh
lie.
my! Come
Wow.
How punny is that? That's so punny.
Fortunate enough to
Seth Buckley says Paul's supposed to do a video for him. Ha ha ha.
I don't know what that means.
for
Who's
stat
Paul?
probably.
For Scott Stapp.
Yeah, Paul's
Oh,
supposed to do it.
for Scott.
Yeah. So we have 3 more minutes here, and I just want to
Oh,
say,
wow, that was
man,
quick.
Man,
Yeah, it goes really
It's
fast.
a
goes real
blast.
fast.
I want to fill your bucket, Shane, because you've been a friend of mine for a long time, and I just really appreciate your friendship. I appreciate what you do for our team now. Like, his main gig when he's home is Stormwall, and it's a
Being
great company.
awesome at inspections.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
just thanks for coming today. I know you
Yeah.
got a ton of stuff going on, and to make time for the Local Legend show has meant a lot. And oh my gosh, dude, you've got more comments than we've probably ever had on a show. So
Might be the biggest show so far.
probably is. And I would just, I'd say it might be fun if you want to like hang out in the comments for the rest of the day. Would you be willing to do that?
All
Like,
day
Yeah.
long.
Well, I'm going to the lake.
Okay.
Oh, you gonna go fishing?
I didn't get the license, so no.
You can fish without a licensed dog.
Apparently, the dude's been camping
What lake are you going to?
Maybe he'll be a no sleeper
Eamon G.
fan, so it
Carter,
won't really
yeah.
matter.
with our buddy Brandon.
No,
Dude,
I'm
Shout
s-
out to Brandon Bird.
shout out to Brandon Bird. No, man, maybe the game warden's a no sleeper fan and like give you a pass.
He's gonna. You didn't play
We don't have
Archer the
good-
last time I saw
Dude,
you.
we don't have good like park and reserve dudes because we were drinking wine, me and you, and drinking wine once at a campsite and got
Almost
$157.
arrested.
Yeah,
for drinking wine.
I heard about that at Benbrook.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
he like came over and like picked our drinks up and sniffed them.
He was smelling.
His name's Shane Dunaway, by the way.
Yeah, Shane
Whoa!
Dunaway.
Shout out Shane Dunaway.
Shout out Shane Dunaway for like trying. And
This
then
is a
the
Posse
other
Kingdom.
annoying thing, I was like, I know this guy's younger than me, and it just is like kind of. Anyway, I don't want to get off on a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
Too
But-
late.
Yeah, maybe the game warden today will let you fish, but
Maybe.
you're not going to be fishing.
No, I'll probably be hanging.
Dude, I got a ticket from the game warden 2 seasons ago. Like, we were out in the middle of nowhere, Seagullville, Texas, like
Yeah.
duck hunting, and we're like, dude, is that a truck on that dirt road pulling up?
Shoot at
Who
it
the
to
heck-
find out.
Might be a duck.
Well,
it's a redhead.
We get back to our we're walking back to our truck. He was like, why did he park by our cars? What the heck? So we're like hauling our ducks back, all of our camo, our waders, and we're like, closer we get, we're like,
It's
is that
Shane
green?
Dunaway smelling your cups.
It was. We get back there and he's like, all right, guys, licenses. I was like, crap, I did not have my license.
Oh man.
And he's like, and open all your shells because if anybody's got Dove shotgun shells on a duck hunt, that's $200 bills per shell. Open them. And I was like, this is all Dove shells.
Oh man.
So he's like, all right, you first, son. Where's your duck license? I'm like,
license.
oh, dude, I was just out here calling for these guys. I wasn't hunting. And he's like, oh, funny you say that because calling in the state of Texas is the same as hunting, so you need a license. Put your hands behind your back while I search your dove shells to make sure there's no dove shells in there.
Dove shells.
Looks like you got one here. That's 200. Two. Looks like you got 3 in there. That's 600. And no license. That's another. I was like, oh, bro, I will never. So I encourage you to get your license if
Yeah,
you're going to
dude.
fish.
Did you end up paying that?
pretty cheap.
I did, yeah.
Dude, Run by Academy. Run by
stinks
Academy.
so
Pay
bad.
$25. Get your fishing license.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll just watch Brandon's kid do it.
Watching is the
Mason
same
can-
as fishing.
Oh,
Mason.
dang it. If I fish call, am I going to get...
Yeah, if you call fish.
Call out there calling them up.
So I learned my lesson a couple seasons ago.
You can tell I'm a really good fisher when I'm calling him out.
Yeah,
You
horrible.
call it a fisher too. I'm a fisher.
Dude.
I'm a fisher.
Well, happy Fisher
That's my
season.
favorite song on the new Super album, by the way.
Fisher? Fisher. Nice. I think it's my favorite song, too.
Yeah.
Well, we're out
maybe
of time,
2 ships.
guys. We got to wrap up the show. Thank you so much. Glad we could end on a fun note. No, but the point of this story is if you're fishing or hunting, go get your Texas Parks and Wildlife license. It's way
Yeah, we
easier.
support our game wardens, law
Absolutely.
enforcement, first responders,
Except Shane
teachers, and
Dunaway.
parents. Yeah.
Except Shane
Shane Dunaway. That guy can get a new career.
All right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, don't forget to pick up the new O Sleeper record.
Yeah, check them out in
Blood
December.
on
If you're
bone.
going to Europe in December,
Going to
We are.
plug that real quick.
Oh, we're going to Europe in December.
There we go. Where else? Anywhere else? Anything else?
Germany and UK. I
Very
think.
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know the
With-
dates off the top of my head.
with.
ourselves.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
It's a headliner.
All right, right down below,
Right here.
if you want to check out the O Sleeper handles, you can find O Sleeper on Facebook, Instagram. Go
And
check
storm
out
wall
the
inspections.
Yeah.
Storm wall inspections.
Yeah.
We will be right back here next Tuesday, as we are every Tuesday, 9:30 to 10:30.
Who's the guest next week?
We have a great guest next week. Kylan has our calendar, so I need to go check and see.
Stay tuned for
Called
that.
you out,
Yeah.
John. Sorry.
We don't reveal it day of show. We reveal it day before.
I do know this, though.
Go
We
ahead.
are full all the way into November with
Yes.
guests, so we have some exciting guests lined up.
Shane
And-
Blay the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
Hey-o.
Possibly.
I'll be a proxy. This is good.
There you go.
So thank you guys, everybody that tuned in today. You guys have been a blast. What a fun show.
Man.
We'll see you next Tuesday, 9:30 Central Standard Time right here in Crowley on the Local Legend Show. Until next time, you guys stay awesome.
Peace.